Hello! Welcome to Minnesota Nice News, where I'm here to share with you 26 nice things about Minnesota. Now, with that being said, today we're going to cover some exciting information about Minnesota. I hope you are just as excited as I am to find out new information about places that you visit, where your family members stay, and places that you may live. This is a great time of the year because it's winter, especially up here in Minnesota, to do some research so that you can find the hot spots this summer. So when the summer does come around, you can have lots of fun things to do. So stick with me, and I'm going to give you some great information, and I hope you enjoy the following presentation. Cheers! Are you ready to find out some amazing facts about Minnesota? So we're gonna go from A to Z. So starting with A. A is for apples. And the Honeycrisp apple was invented right here in Minnesota at the University of Minnesota. With lots of orchards around the state, you can find your pickings, okay? Now, this is known as the state with 10,000 lakes, but guess what? It actually has 11,842. They're just being humble. Now, you can go on canoe rides, you can rent a houseboat, you can go launch fishing, you can do all of this with 50 of your closest friends. If you don't have 50, just do it with your next door neighbor. They'll be cool with that. All right, so you ask yourself, what is launch fishing? So you know every state, every little town, every little city, every little country has their own slang. So launch is just another word for charter. Okay, so if you want to charter a boat and go fishing, you go launch fishing in Minnesota. Yes. Who loves state fairs, county fairs, all types of rides, all types of amusement? You love it, throwing darts, busting balloons, hitting hammers, you name it, they do it. But between the months of June and September, these guys out here in Minnesota, they go hard, okay? And I mean, they go hard to the point where they have 90 of them. Okay, 90 of them, from Ferris wheels to tractor pulls. Now, with everything the way it is, we hope everything goes back to, but got to keep those county fairs in mind. So when things do go back to normal, we will be hitting them up. Minnesota is a land of diversity, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Because they have one of the largest Hmong populations in the country. They have Native Americans and they have Europeans. All right, so you ask yourself, what is the largest Hmong population doing here in Minnesota? Well, it seems that for thousands of years, the Hmong population hasn't had a country or any land of their own. Yes, they used to live in Southwest China. But then when China and the Chinese began limiting their freedom, they moved to neighboring countries like Laos, Thailand, and other places. So they ended up here in Minnesota. So Minnesota has the largest population in the country. All right, who loves to go bird watching? Because you know what? The eagles live here, and the Eagle National Center is in Wabasha, and it pays tribute to the bald eagle and all golden eagles. How about that? I even went down there myself, and I actually saw eagles for the first time living in America, and I thought it was amazing. They are huge. Their nest could be up to 8 feet wide. Can you imagine that? Just a bird's nest that is 8 feet wide. Guess what? If you're moving to Minnesota, it comes with 18,000 miles of fishable river and streams. And I mean, it's some fishing going on out here. Even in the winter time, they got ice fishing. You go out there, you put your little house, you put your little hole in the ice, you throw your pole in there, and whatever you come up with, that's what's for dinner. But you know what? People out here have fun. People enjoy. I went snowboarding for the first time, had a blast, and I'm going back because I bought a snowboard, I bought snow boots, I got a helmet coming, and I'm super stoked about it. Guess who has a new hobby? Minnesota Nice. For all my golf lovers out there, Minnesota brings 500 courses. And I'm telling you, I'm no professional golfer, but I'll do nine holes. I'm not doing 18, but I have fun. I love putt-putt myself. Putt-putt so exciting. It just gets me turned up. I'm just trying to get it through the windmill. You got me? We are on the letter H, and it stands for hockey here in Minnesota, and they thrive on it. They love hockey, and I mean the Minnesota Wild, or you talking U.S. Olympic team, they start them out on pond hockey. I've actually been to pond hockey, and let me tell you, it's cold. It's cold out there on that pond, okay? So anyway, they start them out in Pee Wee League, but things are a little different up here, because they have dreams of playing for the Minnesota Wild. And that is something that you could be proud of, okay? So they got all types of winter festivities out here. I've actually been to the ice castle. It was man-made, but it was unbelievable. I mean, just about maybe 100 yards of just ice castles, ice structures made with tubing. They got ice skating, just everything that you can think of, okay? Now, if you, like I said, if you want to go ice fishing, you have to get your little ice house, and you just go out there and you cut your hole in the lake or the river, and you just go for what you know. Go for what you know. Yeah. So another favorite letter of mine is the J, because it stands for Juicy Lucy. Now, I've eaten them at a few different places, and of course, Matt's is one of my favorites. I'm actually craving one right now, but we're gonna get into that later. So it's a few places around town that has some great Juicy Lucy's. So if you want a Juicy Lucy and you're visiting Minnesota, please feel free to order one, because then when that cheese melts off in your mouth, I'm telling you, you're gonna know why they call that Juicy Lucy. Okay? It's all types of things for kids to do out here. You have Nickelodeon Universe at Mall of America. You got museums, you got water parks, you got nature activities, because this is a beautiful place to go walk in nature. You just want to have so much fun. You want to go out there and go climbing. You can go ice climbing, rock climbing. You can go hill climbing. You can go bobsledding, ice skating, whatever you want to do, depending on what season it is. Right. Growing up on the East Coast, I used to love going bike riding. And I mean, I would just ride my bike for miles and miles. So when I did get a motorcycle, that was like the best thing for me. This is a great place to go bike riding. They have trails. They have bike paths. I mean, just places you could go. You can go snowmobiling, and you can go cross-country skiing. And I mean, this is a place that you can really enjoy nature. The scenery is beautiful in the fall. It's beautiful in the spring with flowers blooming everywhere. And I mean, it's just nice. As Minnesota Nice. The common phrase is a nuisance for locals, but for visitor, it means explicit smiles on the street, strangers opening doors, and minimal honking on the roads. Haha. Oh, outdoor recreation. Now, outdoor recreation, like I said, is not limited at all You got art outside. You got the cherry and the spoon. They got at least 2 miles of art out there, and I'm not kidding with you. If you want to check it out, check out the Chico Chad channel. He has been there, he's done it, he's talking about it. You can definitely support him. But I mean, over here at Minnesota Nice, you are talking about biking, running, you talking about snowboarding, you talking about canoeing, you talking about fishing, you talking about camping, you talking about anything you want to do outdoors. You want to go hunting. You got neighboring states that allow hunting. So what do you want to do? This is a great place to do all the outdoor activities that you want to do. Yeah, Purple Rain. Purple Rain. I bet you a lot of people didn't know Prince was from Minnesota. I've actually been to Paisley Park, and it's beautiful. That's where Prince used to live at and throw concerts, and it was his recording studio. So let me tell you a little bit about Prince Paisley Park. It is the most beautiful museum that I have ever seen. And I mean, I didn't even know what a paisley was. Do you know what a paisley is? A paisley is this little thing that looks like a teardrop, but it's not quite a teardrop, but it's a paisley. So that's what a paisley is. You could check it out. So just when you thought Minnesota didn't have anything for Q's, they do have something for Q's, and it stands for quilts. Okay, so the quilts is a popular pastime out here in Minnesota, and people love doing it. So if you like quilts, the best place to look for a quilt, I would say, would be in Minnesota. Rivers and more rivers. They have 92,000 miles of rivers. So if you want to go canoeing, you could go upstream, but it would be easier if you went downstream. Thank you. Lake Superior. Lake Superior. If you don't know anything else about Minnesota, I mean, you should know that Lake Superior is one of the largest Great Lakes, greater than all the Great Lakes combined, Great Lake in the country. Okay? Now, you can go by foot, you can go by bike, car, or motorcycle, depending on what you want to do. But it is people out here that go to Target every day. And it is based right here in Minnesota. How about that? The headquarters is based right here. I love it. Some of the best universities are out here. You got the University of Minnesota, many off campuses, many museums, exhibits, performance, and sporting events. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Yes. Skål! That means cheers in Swedish, where all the Vikings come from. So this is Viking country out here. They love the Nordic, they love the cold, they love hockey, they love all the things that the Vikings love. Okay? You have waterfalls. Waterfalls are beautiful. When the snow and the ice starts to melt and the spring comes, that comes to life. It's the most beautiful thing you have ever seen, to watch nature come to life. Okay? You got x-rays at one of the top renowned Mayo clinics out here. Okay? That's what's going on with the X's. All right. I learned something new. I learned what a yurt is. Yurts is somewhere between a tent and a cabin. Okay, so that's what a yurt comes to. So yeah, if you don't like yurts, you can do traditional camping adventures out here in Minnesota. So I would definitely go online, you guys, and look up yurt and give it a shot and see what it is. Minnesota comes to life for animal lovers. Because we got zoos on top of zoos on top of zoos to the third power +1. Okay? That's 10 zoos, people. Zoos and aquariums. We got them in Apple Valley. We got them in St. Paul, Duluth, Little Falls, Owatonna, and beyond. And today is the day that you want to check it out. All right. If you love zoos, if you love animals, this is one of the great places that you can visit in Minnesota. All right. We would like to thank Miss Erica Wacker for that bit of information that she gathered for us. She is a great researcher. That is some great information, 26 things that she loves about Minnesota. She loves to run, she loves to travel with her family, and she loves to go to concert to relive her youth. Now, the only thing that I'm telling you is we are here to have some fun this year. We are here to find out information, and we are here to spread peace, joy, and some Minnesota night.